Hi, this is the first of my weekly vlogs after the summer recess. Parliament, as you'll have seen on the news, got back to work this week, and the first item of business in Westminster really has been the EU withdrawal bill. I know this excites some pretty strong opinions. My mailbag has been pretty heavy over the last week as people have been wanting to let me know their opinion about this piece of legislation. I just take the view that this is the second reading of the bill. This isn't the time to start amending the actual bill itself. At the moment, Parliament is really sort of debating the principles of the bill itself. And frankly, we've taken a number of votes in Parliament previously which have committed us to the path that we're now on, and so it'd be rather inconsistent to now sort of vote against the EU withdrawal bill at second reading. Secondly, I think sort of people need to perhaps remember that a lot of the legislation that was EU legislation needing to be enacted in British law was done by what's called secondary legislation. So it wasn't done as sort of primary acts of Parliament with full scrutiny of the House of Commons. And so for decades we've been enacting EU law in that way. And so I'm not sure it seems too ridiculous to now make sure that the bits of EU law that have come across in British law are fully converted into sort of sovereign British law through secondary legislation. That just seems consistent with the way that it made it onto the statute book in the first place. And of course, people on both sides are concerned that those powers could be abused, and we're going to need to make sure that there's the right checks and balances in place to stop those powers being abused. But fundamentally, the reality of Brexit as a sort of legislative challenge, whatever you think about Brexit itself, but as a legislative challenge, there are thousands, perhaps even tens of thousands of bits of legislation that just need to be tweaked ever so slightly, not to change what they do in any way, but just to make them work when we are no longer within the EU. And in that sense, I'm not sure that the EU withdrawal bill does anything that's too unreasonable. And I think as a direction of travel, we've committed to it some time ago with votes in Parliament and of course the referendum in 2016. Back here in Somerset over the summer, it's been really busy. The great thing about summer recess is, yes, the opportunity to spend some time with my family, but also lots of time in the constituency in order to meet with the sort of people that maybe in the sort of rush to do a Friday during term time that you don't get to go and see. So really good meetings where we have to sit for sort of a couple of hours with some of the local farmers and really sort of chew over some of the things that are going wrong there. Really good meeting with local police, with Citizens Advice Bureau, really good catch-ups with the local councils. So it's been really good to be able to do all of that. Whilst of course all the other stuff, like I got to open a new Pets at Home store in Street last week. I was delighted to join staff from Highbridge Medical Centre for a party last Friday night to sort of celebrate their achievement in bringing that practice out of special measures so quickly. And I mean, they missed out so narrowly from getting a good grading, which would be unheard of to have gone from sort of special measures to good in one bounce, and they got so close. An amazing achievement for everybody at the medical centre. I met with the new head of the Blue School this morning, which was great to welcome him and to hear of his really exciting plans for the school there. And of course this week we've been working on the calamitous decision by the Skills Funding Agency to take down Somerset Skills and Learning's funding from sort of 2.7 million down to 110,000 without telling anybody until sort of August, when they sort of wrote to SSNL to tell them that's what they've done. We're working pretty hard to reverse that. Me, David Warburton, Rebecca Power, Marcus Fish, three of my MP colleagues in Somerset, met with the Skills Minister Anne Milton on Tuesday, just gone. The follow-up from that is that we will now take the leadership from Somerset Skills and Learning and the County Council to the Department for Education this Monday coming in London, and we are expecting to have a discussion there about how we sort of reverse this ridiculous decision to reduce the funding. It's not a government cut, it's the consequence of a procurement process that has clearly failed us, and we need to put it right, so we will. That's enough of an update from me. We'll get these going weekly again. I know that lots of you have enjoyed them, and keen to let you know what we're up to, but good to speak to you.